Hello, and welcome to the first ever Velcro City Records tutorial. I'm your host, Daniel, and I am the PR manager for Velcro City. Today, I'm going to show you how to create 5 effect sounds within your DAW. The reason I'm doing this tutorial is to show you guys, to kind of encourage you guys to stop using Vengeance samples or any other samples from a sample pack and create your own, because you'll find that they have many benefits. One being that you're not constrained to the amount of time that the audio is. And another one is that these are going to be completely royalty free. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first one we're going to create is a sub-sine drop. And it sounds like this. Very simple sound. Let's see how we made it. So this is Retrolog inside of Cubase 7, but you can use any synthesizer and any DAW of your choice. So let's first start off by loading a new sound. Change the oscillator type to a sine wave and give it 2 voicings. Put the attack all the way down, the decay and the sustain all the way up, and give it a tiny bit of release. The next thing you're going to do is go to the pitch bend and turn it down to -24. Then we're going to go to the modulator section, choose the destination type as pitch, and the modifier as the filter envelope. Next step, we're going to put the attack all the way up, the decay all the way up, and the release at 0. And finally, the last thing is we're going to take the depth and put it all the way to the left. What that's going to do is create an envelope for the pitch. So it sounds something like this. Okay, and there you have it. Alright, so the next one we're going to do is a sub-rise. Pretty much the same thing, although the only difference is we're going to go to the pitch bend and put it to +24, and we're going to change the direction of the depth to go up instead of down. So you get this effect instead of this effect. There you have it. Okay, so the third one is a noise uplifter. Sounds like this. There we go. Okay, so this is a really easy one to do, and it's a very popular sound. So, first off, we start a new instance of Retrolog. Okay, so we're going to turn off oscillator 1 and turn on the noise oscillator. The next step is to choose a bandpass filter in the filter section, and you want to choose the 12 option, not the 24 option. And next is pretty simple. We're going to turn the decay and the sustain all the way up, leave the release at 0. We're going to do the exact same thing we did in the past. Put the destination, the modulator section as pitch, and the modifier as a filter envelope. You want to put the attack all the way up, the decay all the way up, no release. What we're going to do is we're going to pitch the pitch bend to +24 so that the noise slowly, gradually goes up in pitch. You're going to get something like this, which doesn't sound like much. The reason that is because of the cutoff wheel. So what we want to do is we want to actually automate this so it goes from here all the way up. So I'm going to write automation and move this knob. Now, automation in your software is going to be slightly different, as it is different in every different software. But hopefully you know how to automate something and you can apply the same effects. So here's our automation. We're going to just take it all the way down here and then automate it so it gradually goes all the way up. There we go. So now we have this. But something's still not quite right. So the next step is to automate the volume. So I'm just taking it from about -15 to about 0 dB. But the last part, which is probably the most crucial, is here. We're going to put a reverb on the channel. And we're going to put the reverb time about 2 seconds with a bit of pre-delay and a tiny high-pass filter on it. And next what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing we did with the cutoff, but with the mix of the reverb. If you go in here, we can see the reverb, and they've actually automated the reverb opening slowly until about the value of 50. If we put all that together, just a little bit of EQ to roll off the bottom end, we get this. There you have it. Okay, moving on to the fourth one. This is a crash drop. It sounds like this, sorry about that. If you notice some latency in the video, don't worry, that's just my audio, not yours. Okay, to create the sound you need a standard crash cymbal, something like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in really close to it, and we're going to cut the middle of the sound and then loop it like so. You can see I've done this in the above one over here. And then you get something like this. It doesn't sound very good. So, the next step we need to do is to create a volume automation going all the way down. And then, and this is the crucial part, we're going to add a reverb to the sound. About 3-second reverb with a high pass filter and the mix about 30%. And lastly, we're going to add a sidechain effect to the sound. This is a plugin called Volume Shaper, and it's by these guys called the Cable Guys. But you can use normal sidechain compression to generate the same effect. Finally, there's some EQ just to roll off the bottom end. And here we go, here's the final sound. There you go. Okay, the last one is a cymbal rise. It sounds like this. very simple sound to create. Firstly, start off with your original cymbal crash. Next thing what you want to do is you're going to put a huge reverb on it. Mine is a 15-second long reverb with a high pass filter and a 30% mix. What I did then was I actually exported that. I went to File, Export, and exported it as a wave. Then comes in back in your software looking something like this. Nope, this. There you go. So then, as you can guess from what I did, I went to Process and reverse the sample. So you get something like this. And then all I did was I just put a fade, a slow gradual fade on the sound. And that just helps it give it a more gradual rise. And once you've done all that, you should be set. Again, here's the final sound. So there you have it. 5 easy effect sounds that you can use in any kind of production that you're making.